Well, hello from Canada. If you want the straight skinny on firearms rights in Canada, go to the c.c.r. They're the Canadian Coalition for Firearms. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I've been shut down before. I can't talk about this stuff. It's censorship. If you want the straight skinny on our gun laws in Canada, I didn't mean to say that word, the Canadian Coalition for Firearms, or simply the c.c.r. So instead, I can talk about Bill Blair, and I've made videos about him in the past. Bill Blair, now he's a 40-pounder a day man, easy, this fella. For a decade, I think, he was chief of police in Toronto. The men and women serving under him loathed him. The policemen's union detested him. And the public hated his guts. Now, I forget exactly when Trudeau plucked him out to be a minister of, and after spending 20 minutes sifting, I can't even keep his posting straight. Typical regime of Trudeau, muddy the waters, I guess. I don't know. Every site I go to gives me a different chain of events. However, my point is, when Trudeau first posted him to whatever his first ministry was, somebody pointed out of the 12 necessary qualifications, Bill only had 3 of them. Trudeau literally took a black magic marker, wiped out the other 9 qualifications, and said, look, he can talk, he can lie. There's 2 out of 3, and, well, he can drink and lie, so there's the 3rd one. Way back, it was exposed at the time. It was literally shown the form where Trudeau had just blanked out the 9. Yeah, that's how our boy rolls. However, I can't get it straight. For quite some time, he was the Minister of Public Safety. He's been the Minister of Emergency Preparedness, Minister of Border Security and Organized Crime Reduction, and has or is been Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Justice and Attorney General, and sits on a myriad of boards, one of them being the Canada-China Legislative Association. It's a bit disconcerting, isn't it? What's China got to do with our legislative affairs? But that's a whole nother subject matter. Anyways, in the time Trudeau's been in office, and not quite sure where Bill came in. He's been around for a while. Again, Minister of Public Safety, Minister of Emergency Preparedness, Minister of Border Security and Organized Crime Reduction. Violent crime, most of it related to illegal firearm activity, has gone up 8 times, 8.1-fold. Yeah, Bill's making a good job. In Parliament, he's popped up a few times and just embarrasses himself. Paul Revere and all of the opposition members, any and all of them, just destroy Bill. You know, years upon years, decades of 40-pounders a day, things ain't working so good up there, I suppose. Very early on, 2-3 years back, I guess, when Trudeau first set about disarming the populace, the head of the c.c.r. and an associate of his, forgive me, I don't recall their names, I'm not a firearm owner, so I don't pay that close a mind to it. It's all just about disarming the populace. We know where that goes, right? History's shown us that. Anyways, the head of the c.c.r. and his associate had a meeting at Bill Blair's publicly funded public office to have a meeting to discuss. This was one of the first moves in the gun buyback program. Well, disarming the populace. Let's call it what it is. And right off the hop, this fellow, I apologize, I think his name might be Rick, said, well, you know, you said this, Bill. And Bill said, no, I didn't. And they were like, well, no, you did. Look, we came here to have an open and honest dialogue. You knew we were coming. You know, come now, let's talk straight up, right? Bill's like, nah, didn't say that. And he's like, well, yeah, you did in Parliament. I have it right here on my phone. Would you like to see it? Bill's like, no, no. And they're like, they're looking at each other, you know, these two individuals from the c.c.r, and they're going, well, look, if we're not going to have an open, honest dialogue, what are we even doing here? Bill's like, I didn't say that. I have it right on my phone. It was in Parliament, like, either yesterday or last Tuesday or whatever. And he's like, well, no. And they were just like, well, okay, I guess there's no point in being here. And they just got up and left Bill sitting there. And I saw Drunken Bill the other day pop back up in Parliament, and I forget the subject matter. Perhaps he's working in his parliamentary secretary to the Minister of Justice and Attorney General role. I don't know, because again, I can't get it straight. Bill's looking good. Looking good there, Bill. Did they send you off to dry out a little bit? Was it some laser surgery? You know, the old hard liquor drinking veins on the nose there. Maybe they got him a new makeup artist. I don't know. Bill was looking pretty sharp, actually. He kind of looked on the ball. But if you're watching, Bill, I got a tip for you. After you powder your nose, you have a little glass of water there, and you dip your finger and kind of, it'll get the powder up there, and the residue won't show. So yeah, that's Bill Blair. But again, the c.c.r, they're doing some really good work. They spend a lot of money. They've won some court battles, and they're in court. And they're just over 2 million and about a quarter registered legal gun owners in Canada. I'm not one of them, never have been. Well, I don't own the illegal ones either. But no, you want to know the straight skinny on our gun laws in Canada, be you from Canada or from somewhere else, that's the place to go to.